From antiquity to today, people have looked up into the night sky and wondered about their place in the universe. I've been wanting to do a Mars video for a very long time and came up with the brilliant idea of bringing my friends along. So I invited my friends ShadowMech27, Legundo and SwitchBackMongo. Mongo!
I'm okay.
Each of us would recruit a team from our various communities to compete to build the best Mars base we can in only 1 month. Here's the kicker though. Thanks to our friends at BisectHosting, we have a cash prize for the winning team of $500. We're gonna have a special guest judge who's gonna declare the winner after 1 month. Okay, we only have a month to go. Let's get started. This is our lander. Now each of the 4 teams gets the exact same starting equipment, which is not much. A sapling, a little bit of dirt, a little bit of bone meal, some oxygen, but even that is not going to last long. You need to get a move on power generation to power up these oxygen collectors right away. Now the very first thing that we had to do was grow trees, cut them down, and immediately grow more trees. The oxygen collectors will not collect anything unless there are leaves. Obviously, we didn't have any shears yet, although I worked on making them right away. Wooden shears. Okay, that's cool. We were able to pretty quickly produce water, which is going to be absolutely key. Now, we were gifted a cobble generator in our initial lander, which is great, but we need water for a lot of things. Crops, food, all that kind of stuff. That coal generator that only has 27 coal in it right now, yeah, that's going to be a problem. We need to get on making charcoal right away. As unrealistic as it may be, oak trees will grow out on the Martian surface. You just need dirt to put out there, which I really had trouble. The problem is, nighttime is pretty bad. These mobs are fast and they are deadly, and we obviously don't have armor or anything like that. So since there are 4 of us on my team going hard right now on getting resources, we need to start planning them out here, whether it's safe or not. We gotta get going. I want to address the chat on the left bottom corner there because you may see teleport. The way we set this map up is if you die, you go to 0-0 and then you press a command block that sends you to your team. So that way, if you die and you didn't have a bed, then you're not just gone and dead forever. Our bases, our landers are about 1,000 blocks from each other, and when Mars, if you don't have an oxygen tank, you cannot travel hardly at all. You will just die over and over and over. So just to prevent that death loop, that's why you're seeing that. If you want to play this mod pack yourself, or if you want to grab a world download and take a look at the bases that we built, you can get the world download in the description down below, and you can get the mod pack on CurseForge. It is called Fixxitt412 Mars. When I was putting this pack together, I wanted obviously a tech-based pack, but also I wanted it to be kind of Skyblock, but on Mars. So I used Ex Nihilo. I had no idea. Anyway, I used the one where you can hammer cobblestone into gravel and gravel into sand and sand into dust, and you can sieve all those things to get all your materials. My thought process is I want this to be about building and being creative and infrastructure and not necessarily the pain of living on Mars. We want to build some really cool things because after all, we only have a month. Immediately, I started building hopper bonsais. These things are amazing, and it's going to supply us with tons and tons of wood and hopefully apples to eat. We have cooked apples in the pack, and that is absolutely vital. Eating is actually really difficult. We have some seeds, and you can get more from sieving, but to feed a crew of 5 or 6 people, yeah, apples are going to be our food source for a while.
Okay. Is food a thing?
Yes, cans of food.
And apples for the moment.
Yeah, hey guys, don't forget to cook the apples.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like there may be some struggles going on in the other teams. One of the things that I have decided to do is, at least for the first 2 weeks, help out with the tech. Look, I know these mods from playing mod packs, but I know that not everyone does. So giving little tips like, hey, cook the apples, that's going to help the other teams just not get frustrated and die constantly. Yeah, I'm down for that. Continuing to work here on still the first day, we decided to do a little bit of an experiment because one of the concerns was that leaves may decay with the oxygen collectors. I don't know if that was a thing, but we later find out it's not. But our experiment was, hey, can crops work? Are crops going to yield us oxygen? And if so, maybe we can get oxygen and also food at the same time. That'd be a double bang for your buck. And yeah, it turns out that they do. So we planted wheat all around the top. Now, if we want to harvest this, we can, but I think we can probably just leave it there and then we don't have to worry about any possible leaf decay or anything like that. This is good. Old Gray and I decided that we needed to set up some sort of walls and lights outside because we want to be able to work 24 hours a day or however long the Martian day is and not have to go hide in our base all the time. So we did. And then I logged off for the night. I came back the next day and Old Gray had set up 4 magmatic dynamos with lava generators. This is amazing. So now we actually have power. One of the things that we slept on day 1 was the heavy sieve. Now this is way better. We can compress the cobble, you hammer it with the compressed hammer, then you compress the gravel or sand or whatever, and you get so many more materials. This is way faster. Speaking of materials, I actually have to sieve for redstone. What? I know. I actually need redstone for a couple machines. Look, I use redstone more in modded than I do in vanilla, that's for sure. This is awesome. Now we can make an electron blend, which is absolutely crucial for gears and for thermal progression. Hooray. Another crucial mod for this pack is actually additions. I love this mod so much. You can make the atomic reconstructor, and that is going to give you access to a ton of stuff. This atomic reconstructor takes a lot of power, but fortunately we are pretty good in that department with 4 magmatic dynamos. We'll have to expand later, obviously, but for now I am okay with it. To go further into all this tech, we need a crusher that's ore doubling, and I made the actually additions version. There's a lot of different choices, but I like this mod. Quartz is something that's very vital, and the way you get it is by putting sand in front of the atomic reconstructor and zapping it. It turns it into soul sand, and then you sieve soul sand to get quartz. It's not ideal, not easily automatable, but it's possible. Diorite is more important than I thought though. So to get some ores, you need to use either diorite or granite or andesite. So yeah, gotta make a lot of that with quartz. Whenever we first talked about putting this project together, we decided that the first week we would be able to sort of have a lot of contact, and then after that, we'd sort of break into sort of our own thing so that everyone can sort of establish their own unique idea for a base. That all being said, I did not expect war to break out on like day 3, so yeah, I want no part of this. I need to sieve a ton of this crushed diorite for lead. Lead is turning into our biggest hiccup thus far. It's actually really kind of hard to get. It just takes a really, really long time. It's all manual. We got to figure out how to automate this at some point. So the problem is I need to get a lot of lead, and to get lead I need diorite, and to get diorite I need quartz to make it, and to get quartz I need soul sand, and to get soul sand I need to atomically reconstruct sand. The problem is the amount of power that I can actually transfer is not that great, so I can only get like 15 or 16 soul sand converted per time. It takes a long time to recharge the atomic reconstructor. So while I work this out, I want to talk very quickly about the sponsor of our grand prize, BisectHosting. This is a wonderful company. I have been a Bisect customer for like maybe 8 or 9 years probably. And whenever I reached out and said, hey, do you folks want to sponsor this grand prize that I have in mind for a project? They said yes, and not only yes, but also will provide you a server to do it. It's a generous and a wonderful company. If you are ever looking to have a server that you can play with your friends, you can set up Modpack or play vanilla, plugins, all that stuff is so easy to do. I am no technical wizard. If you've been a friend of the channel for a while, I don't know how to do very much stuff, but honestly, I can run a server really well using their tools. It's all built in. They didn't tell me to say any of this stuff. They just said, hey, just mention us. I'm telling you, this is a great company. I have nothing but the most high possible praise for Bisect. So if you're ever looking for a server, I have a referral code down in the description of my video. Go check out Bisect. They're great people. Okay, now that I'm starting to actually get some power, I need a power cell. That's basically a battery, right? So the idea is that I would bring in a bunch of energy and then I would pull from it only what I need, so that way I'm not constantly running my dynamos. This is really good. The problem is we don't have very much lead, and that is really holding us up because you need lead for the thermal expansion pipes and tubes and stuff. So instead, we went with the extra utilities transfer nodes and transfer pipes because they are very, very cheap, and they can do items, liquids, and power. I forgot they can do power. They can actually do redstone too. These things are incredibly versatile. So I made a bunch of liquid nodes, energy nodes, and item nodes, and I'm using that to route everything. All connected this way. It should be a very smooth way. It's not endgame. I think there's a fairly low max yield or max power that you can do, but for right now, this is going to be a great start. It was actually easier than I thought. The one thing I forgot is that you actually do have to put a transfer node on each dynamo. You can't just hook in pipes. So, okay, not too bad. And now, boom, we have power all connected.
So, OG, what do you think here? So we have this all hooked up now, but my only worry is that these cobblestone generators, are these all tier 1 cobblestone generators?
Yeah, they're all tier 1. But the hoppers are full, and they're staying full.
Yeah, I'm kind of watching this one, like this third one down, to see when it needs another one. Yeah.
And it's already refilled. I think we're going to be good right now, at least for this.
I mean, the cobblestone will keep up. I don't know if the lava will keep up once we get rolling. So,
right.
My plan is probably going to be I mean, certainly 4 crucibles to 4 dynamos is enough. But my plan was probably going to be like 1 crucible to 4 dynamos and just do a tower. I think that should keep up.
It might. I've always done a 1-to-1 on these. Always. And it's always worked out fairly well.
I mean, they're basically free, so we could do that too.
Yeah. And it's not like, we're not going to have a shortage of room once we build our power station.
Yeah, that's true.
I was playing and someone rang our doorbell, so I went to go check on it and ended up having a big conversation with the roofing guy. Yeah, that's a whole nother bag of worms. But I died. Moral of the story is don't AFK on Mars. Another mod that I was really sure to include was Chisel. I love Chisel, as does basically everyone. We all use it in every mod pack. It's so great. It opens up so many more blocks for building. And now everything changes. We were the first ones on the server to come up with a refined storage system so we can actually start auto crafting. Everything changes when you have refined storage or ME system or whatever. This is next level stuff, and we are ready to move into the next phase of Mars life. Moving into probably my favorite phase of mod packs is automation. I love automation so much, and now with the auto hammer and auto sieve, it has begun to actually become a reality. We still only have the 4 dynamos. We're going to need to expand that at some point. These things are kind of energy hogs for early game, but things are going to be good. We are going to be rolling in materials very soon. Eventually, I'm sure we'll do a much, much bigger system and expansion, but for right now, this is great. We actually have a hammer, hammering cobble into gravel and sieving gravel into all of the main ores we need, except for lead. Lead, again, big problem. But this competition isn't only about automating everything. You just need to automate stuff so that you can get the materials to actually build. Something I need to spend some time on is building and making our base look a little bit nicer. Right now, we are drowning in cobblestone, and there's only so much you can do with chiseled cobblestone, though it's better than regular, but yeah, okay, we're gonna deal with it for now, and then we'll replace it in time. I was very happy to make this. There's an elevator mod that we included. It's kind of like the RF Tools elevator, except for it's just a standalone elevator mod. I was thinking we could use a lot of these. They're very futuristic, very modded, very sci-fi sort of thing, and I think they look really cool, and you can use any material to make them out of, which is, again, very, very cool. I can't forget that this is a competition after all. I was just minding my own business building, and look who showed up. ShadowMech came just to see, basically, how we're doing. I mean, not out of the generosity of his heart. He wanted to make sure that they are keeping up or pulling ahead. Yeah, okay. The competition, it's on. I mean, it's definitely on. Getting back in the automation portion of the world, we need to make sure that at all times we are sieving gravel, sand, and dust. Always. Because you get different materials from each of those 3 blocks. So, I did a filter. I added some more power. And, I think this is going to work. But honestly, I think the room that we have it in right now is just too small. I can't really figure out a way to make it work. Yeah, I added 1 more auto sieve and we are out of power. Yeah, I added more power lines, but I didn't actually add more dynamos. We have a problem. Everything is grinded to a complete halt. We are basically stopped. Now, the bigger problem is Our storage is all powered right now. So that means if we run out of power, that means we can't get to any of our stuff to fix the power problem. So yeah, it's important that I fix this right away. I'm very concerned about running out of power, so I disconnected all of the auto hammers right now. We're going to go back to some manual sieving while I figure out how to do it. I need to upgrade the magmatic dynamos, but it is very, very expensive to do that. Honestly, the most expensive part is actually nickel, and that takes a little bit of time to get, but eventually I was able to use nickel and make Invar, and with Invar I can upgrade all 4 of our dynamos, which is going to double our power generation without actually adding any more dynamos. As long as the lava keeps up, we should be good to go. As long as our lava keeps up, I said, the lava's not keeping up. We have another issue. Now the lava is basically running out. I don't know exactly what the issue is. Is it not making it fast enough, or is it not moving it fast enough? Now, I'll tell you the mod that I really wanted to add, and I didn't, and I wish I had, is Mechanism. Now, I have another sci-fi thing coming up in the not too distant future, and I will absolutely add it. So if you're a fan of this pack, hang tight, because I'm going to have one with Mechanism in it that's going to add a lot of things. The problem is, right now, I don't have a way to make faster lava. But for right now, I actually need to make clay, and the way you get clay is you put dust in a barrel and then you put water on top of it. It's pretty slow, pretty tedious, pretty manual, but it actually does work. So we have access to a lot of clay now, which is good. I may have potentially figured out what's going on. I think the actual problem is not making the lava, it's transferring it, because I had all the lava going through one pipe. Now, by doing it this way, I'm going to hook up each lava to one. It's a one-to-one thing, just like Old Gray told me. So, don't tell him, but maybe Old Gray was actually right. I think this is going to work a lot better, and at least should get us through our bottleneck at the moment. Okay, it was worth a shot, but that is not the right answer. It was still not keeping up. So I made 4 more fired crucibles, and I'm just going to basically double up. I'll put in lava from both sides for now. There are ways to make faster lava in this pack, but not that we have access to yet. My entire idea for this thing is going to be eventually do a power tower. So I want to come up with some sort of system that's tileable, meaning I can do this and then I can go up like 5 or 6 blocks and do it again, and then go up 5 or 6 blocks and do it again. And that way we should be able to come up with basically all the power we need. Once we can get all of our sieving going, ores and all the different materials that we need should eventually be automated and pretty easy to come by. But let me tell you, these Mars mobs are freaking for real. They are for real. There is no way I'm going down there. The creepers move fast and they explode with enormous explosions. No thanks. Finally, after all the work I've done with the power, I have everything back online. All 3 major sieves are going. I'd like to add more, but right now, there's no way we can add more machines to our current generation. But right now, we're good. Chaos actually showed me something that I did not even know existed. It's these flattened transfer nodes that actually, they can send items back and forth between blocks without having any gaps. Super, super, super cool. This could actually maybe be a good way to rework this entire sieving area to make it a lot more compressed. Oh my goodness, are we even seriously here again? I am not making lava fast enough. My magmatic dynamos have chewed through so much of it. I'm exasperated right now. I don't know what to do. I may potentially have come to a solution. Underneath the crucibles, we've been using lava to make more lava as a heat source, but there actually is something called liquid pyrotheum, and to get that, it requires a lot of materials, and it's going to be really painful to make, but if I make it, you can actually generate lava a lot faster. So the way you do it is you put lava in a barrel and then throw redstone on top of it. Okay. But the next material we need in our never-ending quest to actually get the things that we need and not just endless stuff we don't need is tin. And you get tin from sieving sand. Yeah, okay, sieving sand. The next thing I need is I need obsidian, like regular old vanilla obsidian. So I had to make a diamond pickaxe and make obsidian the old, regular, old-fashioned way and just mine it up like a vanilla chump. After I got the obsidian, I throw it in the pulverizer, and I should be getting pulverized obsidian, which we can actually make to start to progress here. This is the thing that I really, really love about modded Minecraft, is to get item F, you need item E, and to get E, you need B, D, and to get D, you need C, you need B. If I could say my alphabet a little backwards a little better, you would understand the point better, but I think y'all know what I'm trying to get to. I love that automation factor. The thing I really need right now is a magma crucible, and that's why I need the pulverized obsidian, get the hardened glass, and so on. We need sulfur, and that's actually kind of hard to get. So we're getting blaze powder from sieving, and we can compress them into blaze rods, and then break the blaze rods back into blaze powder again with a chance to get sulfur. It's a little backwards, but it should work. And with all of that done, I am finally able to make some blazing pyrotheum dust. Now, to get that into liquid form, that's why I need my magma crucible. This is good. We're close. We're actually close to this. I just plop in the pyrotheum and I get blazing pyrotheum, which I can just put in a bucket. Oh, man. I think this is going to do it. I think this is going to solve our power problems. Let me just tell you this, liquid pyrotheum is really dangerous. I mean, it sets everything on fire, even in Mars, which has no oxygen. But yeah, even in Mars, it is super dangerous. You need to make sure everything is like slabbed or fireproof or whatever. Yikes. Now it's time to give another power test. I'm going to get everything running, all of our sieves, all of our machines, all of it, and really try to stress test the entire system and see if it works. After a lot of hassle, I think our power situation is finally solved for now. That's the beauty and horribleness of modded Minecraft is every time you think you have enough power, about 3 machines later, you don't have enough power. But I want to move on to another project, which is a mob farm. I have a plan. I think it's going to be great. I think we're going to get all the things we need, which is in particular bones. We need a lot of bones because I want to build out of white things. And to get that, yeah, you need bone meal. I really admit I am really disliking this cobblestone a lot, but for right now it's okay, at least until we can get this mob farm running. To get this, I need cursed earth, and to get that, I need wither skeletons to spawn so I can get a drop of evil. How to get wither skeletons spawn on Mars? While I'm thinking about exactly how best to go about this, I went back and I started redesigning my sieving room yet again, this time using diamond mesh for different things because you get a better return, and at this point now we have enough diamonds to use on things like that. So the answer is going to be witch water for this mob spawning issue, and all you have to do is take some ancient spores, which you get from sieving, and put it in water. Now I put that in a dispenser, and what I'm going to do is set this up on maybe some sort of timer that's going to turn on and off, and hopefully if a skeleton spawns, it will get hit by the witch water, turn into a wither skeleton, and then I can kill it and maybe get a drop of evil. The thing is, I'm going to need something to push mobs from the spawning area into this little pit where they can get hit with the witch water. So I made these vector plates. I'm almost sure that mobs will spawn on them, but not totally sure. So we're going to have to watch it and find out. Well, the next thing I need to do is add a grinder because I want the mobs to just die on their own. I don't want to have to deal with this. Now, these cool mob grinding utilities thing, first, it turns on and off with a lever, which is super cool. But second, you can upgrade it, and one of the upgrades is actually looting or beheading. Pretty cool for wither skeletons. But speaking of mobs dying on their own, I need a way to actually collect the stuff, and that is where a vacuum later comes in. Yeah, this thing's pretty cool. It was not that expensive, too. It's a pretty nice way to just get all of the stuff. I thought you need ender pearls, but with this, I don't. So, yeah, hooray. It's like a vacuum hopper, but a different one. Continuing to upgrade storage, this time by using just storage drawer upgrades. I do plan on keeping all of the sieved stuff here in storage drawers and then eventually just hooking them up to my AE or refined storage system. Hopefully, it'll be a nice way to not have to have a million 4K discs. I came back to check and see if we got any drops of evil, and yeah, it's not ideal. It's not exactly how I intended the mob farm to work, but yeah, no, nothing I need yet. I decided whatever I work on next needs to be fairly close to the mob farm in that sort of window of not too close but not too far away. Since it's not cursed earth, I have to actually sort of be in that window. Once it's cursed earth, you can go anywhere and mobs will still spawn. I just need that one drop of evil to make that happen. But food is actually another concern of ours. We don't have that much food that's not cooked apples. And yeah, we could just continue to eat cooked apples forever, but again, it's a competition. It's not going to look great to the judge if we're like, yeah, we ate nothing but cooked apples for a month. Have I mentioned yet how much I love Actually Additions? It's a great mod, and this block in particular is awesome. It's the farmer block, and it is so sweet. We've been working on just starting to make the base look better. I know it's all cobblestone still, but I tried these windows, and yuck. You're never going to believe this, but I'm actually going to redo our power situation again. It's just so messy, and I hate it. I need to add more lava to the side, so I doubled it. I'm trying to keep all the lava near so I can use limited liquid pyrotheum because it's such a pain to come by. But yeah, we got to redo this. I got to make it better. One thing I think that can really make this better is by using the flat liquid transfer nodes. Look how much more compact this is. So I have 10 dynamos right there, all using the flat liquid transfer nodes to suck the lava right in from the crucible up. I mean, it's a much better, more compact tight system. It's not really keeping up though. That's a bit of a problem. Now that we have enough materials that I can actually do some other things, I'm going to upgrade all 10 of my dynamos to a 3rd tier dynamo and give them all basically 120 RF per tick each. That's a lot. That's 1,200 RF right? Is that how that works? 10,000, 12,000? I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot of RF. I want to really get into is making sure that all of our ores are doubled, and that comes from pulverizing these chunks that we're getting automatically. I mean, I wish there was a really smooth way to sort of automate this. I think there is, but we're not quite ready yet. So right now I'm just grabbing all the pieces, making chunks manually, and then dumping them into the pulverizer. Something I cannot believe I didn't consider until now is upgrading our oxygen tanks, because we've been using light oxygen tanks. I can make heavy oxygen tanks. I don't know why I didn't think of that. So yeah, let's do that. I am so frustrated with my mob farm. I am getting absolutely no skeletons at all spawning. None. Like 0. Like I don't think I have any yet. So I tried to go to the nether. I thought maybe... Don't tell anyone I did this, okay? Now, Minecraft isn't the most realistic game. I tried by adding some mods to make this a little bit semi-realistic, sort of, kind of, but yeah, one of them is that you can get flowers to grow on grass on Mars. I don't... Yeah, anyway, so I need some red dye, so I got some. But on the tech side of things, we need compressed steel, so you have to make this machine called a compressor. I think this is a Galactic Craft machine because it only attaches on like one side. It's kind of annoying, but regardless, we can do that. You know, you just put these in and let it compress, and then you can make steel, and that's how you can make some other very cool, helpful machines. With this compressed steel, I can actually make heavy tanks, which is awesome. I'm going to go ahead and make enough for all of us, our whole team, to have 2 heavy tanks plus a few more in reserve. Yes, this is going to be great. We'll have to change our tanks like a third as often. I checked the mob farm and nothing, just none are spawning here. So, new plan. I grabbed my bucket of witch water and I'm just going to manually go after skeletons and try to dump water on them and then kill them. I don't know if I'm going to survive this, but at least, look, it's going to work eventually. Just as dawn was starting to break, I got so lucky. I got a drop of evil. It was so great. That zombie tried to pick it up and steal it, but no, I wouldn't let him, so I went and got it. But yes, I got a drop of evil. Everything's changing now. This changes everything. Now, before I actually start the mob farm, I need to be prepared here because items are going to be coming very, very quickly. And to do that, I'm going to need some speed upgrades. I actually had taken all the vector plates out because I wasn't convinced that mobs were spawning, so I took them all out. I don't think that really had anything to do with it, but I tried anyway. So I'm going to re-put all the vector plates in because I know for a fact from other mod packs that vector plates will work over cursed earth and not sort of crush it and turn it back into regular dirt. So once I put a drop of you on this thing, yeah, it's going to get scary in a hurry. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh, baby. I'm going to drop the drop of evil. And yeah, run. I'm on a vector plate. I can't get out. Oh, one got out. Oh, this is really bad. Oh, he's so fast. Look how fast they are. They're so fast. This is so terrible. Oh, okay, block him in. Oh, dude, this is horrible. Can I just kill him from here? That was really, really close. I don't know why I didn't take as much damage as I could have, but yeah, that could have gone sideways. Now, I would like to see into the mob farm and see what's going on, but to do that, I need dark glass. So I took this lens and I hit it with the atomic reconstructor, and now that gives a lens of color, which can change any dye into any other color of dye, which includes ink. All right, cool. This thing is really awesome. I love modded Minecraft so much. I love the different ways that you can get to certain different things. This is super, super, super cool. And there's my ink. That's what I needed. This thing is awesome. It is sucking up so many mobs. Already, we are just drowning in ender pearls, bones, zombie flesh, all the good stuff, all the stuff that you really need. This is absolutely terrific. But yeah, speaking of drowning and stuff, yeah, that's actually a problem. I need grid power because I need speed upgrades for my transfer node. And to do that, now luckily I have ender pearls so I can actually break them and I can make some of these things. But yeah, I need a way to get all these items out of my vacuumulator and move on with our lives. I made a bunch of water mills. I've used these before in Modpacks, and they're just really, really convenient. It's passive grid power, and so yeah, I kind of messed this up, to be totally honest, but it's enough. I don't need any more than that. But yeah, the pattern, it's like one off of the ideal pattern, but it's good enough for us. Now it's finally time. I really want to start actually building. You know, all this infrastructure and stuff is fine, but I want to start actually building. Chaos set up this automatic clay maker for, I think he wants the hardened blocks, but I want white concrete. So I'm going to sort of piggyback off his system and make that automated too. I think with that, I think we're good. I think I should be able to put a bunch of white concrete powder in the bottom, and it's just going to automatically fill up with water and then drop it in, and then it'll turn into regular concrete, and then it'll pull it out and put it in a chest. That's awesome. I need some sugarcane. I don't need like a ton, but I think I need some. So I'm just going to go ahead and like just put it here with the farmer. I'm pretty sure that the Actual Additions farmer will just break off like the top one and not need to replant it. I think. I mean, we'll find out soon enough anyway. I logged off for a night and then came back a couple days later, and there's another wheat farm here. So I'm not really sure what exactly is going on here. Maybe it's an oxygen wheat farm. I'm not sure, but I have a farmer. So I went ahead and stuck the farmer down, and I figure if someone else put a farm down, I will automate it for them. Extra Utilities has a cool block called like a magical bookcase, and all you have to do is add gold and a bookshelf and then some levels of experience, and then you get this like sort of super powered bookshelf where you only need a couple to get your fully enchanted crafting table. So, I mean, I could have made regular, but why not use the modded kind? That's kind of cool. One of the advantages I completely forgot about having a great mob farm is this solidified XP. It's just infinite free XP all the time. We won't have to worry about that ever again. Now with all my new XP, something I never even really thought that you could do is you can enchant the sieve meshes, which is amazing. And that works with the auto sieve too. So once I enchant all of these with like fortune, I'm going to be getting way, way, way more ores. This is unbelievable. And I have been letting my white concrete go for a long time to build and finally started changing it out. Now we did add exchangers to the pack after about a week. It's something I actually initially meant to put in the pack and I forgot. So now with exchangers, all the cobblestone is going to go bye-bye, and that is a good thing. Now that we have a decent looking base with the white concrete, I mean, it's not detailed or anything yet, but at least it's not cobblestone. I'll take it. The next thing I want to automate is witch water, because I need that, because that is how we get other things that we really need, i.e. especially soul sand. Yeah, and I need a lot of soul sand because we need a lot of quartz. The other mod that we added, and this is really just to help with lag more than anything else, is we added the ender chest mod. Basically, it saves you piping things all over the place, which, you know, pipes can cause lag, and especially when we have 4 teams building pretty serious bases here all in the same world, ender chests are going to help because they're just instantly a way to move items back and forth. So we did that. We're the green team, so the first of our ender chest colors will be green, and then every other color can be whatever you want to signify items. Now that we have mycelium, it will change regular water in barrels into witch water, which is great. So what I can do is I can insert sand from the one ender chest and then pull out only soul sand once it's made from the sides with a filter. I'll just make sure I have a filter to only take soul sand. Then it should go into my sort of intake ender chest, and I think we're good. I think basically we have soul sand automation done. All right, that wasn't as complicated as I thought it would be. Unfortunately, you can't compress soul sand, so you got to do it in sort of the old school regular sieve, but that is okay. I can automate this later on, but for right now, I'm just happy to be getting tons and tons and tons of quartz. Also, if you notice in my hopper, I'm getting lots of fish because I think this particular mesh has luck of the sea, so hey, we got fish. It's time for my favorite time, and that's auto crafting time. Look, auto crafting can get a little grindy. It's a little easier in refined storage than it is applied to energistics, but still, it can be a little grindy, but I love it. I love teaching the recipes. I love learning the infrastructure of it. Yeah, I just love all of it. craft manager, and I am ready to really set up the auto crafting. Look, I decided to put this auto crafting stuff in the basement so that way it's right below basically our ship. One thing that we've decided to do is keep our original lander as part of our base and not tear it down, and actually use it as sort of a feature of our base, and then everything will expand from that. It kind of felt like if the people landed here on Mars, maybe that's something they would do, is just expand the lander rather than just get rid of it. So cool. With that said, I need to dig underground, and I'm gonna have to hide the auto crafting, unfortunately. Now that we finally have really solid lead production, we can move from the extra utilities power conduits to the actual ones that I want to use, which are these leadstone advanced item power ducts, RF ducts, I don't know, ducts, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna change out these. They hold a lot more power, and that you can upgrade them to tiers that are basically limitless power, or even maybe actually limitless power. Yeah, this is gonna be the way to go eventually, but for right now, I am very happy with this. We're getting so many materials that I actually can't process the ores fast enough, so I need to upgrade both the intake, the output, and also the actual furnace power just to get everything, back to level again. And if you've ever done applied energetics or refined storage, you know that one of the things that you can do that really is a quality of life improvement is automate the making of 4K drives, because then every time you need more storage, you click a button and boom, you get more drives put in your system. It's a lot of stuff though. You have to teach it many, many, many recipes to actually make that happen. I'm getting close though, and I'm getting very close to actually having this all automated. Speaking of the automation side, one of the things I need to automate is water production. I'm not totally sure how to do that. I think I would use a fluid transposer with a water input and then like a crafter attached to it maybe, or I'm not sure. It's a little bit complicated. Invar is another sticking point in a lot of the different upgrades that we want to do, and to get Invar easily, an induction smelter really is just everything. It's so great. So finally I made that, and I automated it with a crafter in the back so that way I can just insert the recipes to the back and make Invar anytime I want. This is absolutely tremendous. Look at that, automated Invar, perfect. Invar in command. I might just make a couple stacks for right now, but yeah, as much as I want, anytime I want. Now, how do you get slime on Mars, you might ask? Well, I don't think you do, but in fact, we have rice thanks to actually additions. Another reason why I wanted to definitely add that mod to the pack. Rice basically works the same as slime, so to get rice production sped up a lot, I need worms, and you get worms from just tilling grass. Okay. Now, I need rice because I need sticky pistons as a crafting component for all the auto crafting things that we need. And as you can see right here, our rice production, yeah, it's not so great. I need to really speed this up. Hopefully these worms will really help. After standing around for so long and waiting, I remembered that I am an idiot, and we have unlimited bones now thanks to our Cursed Earth mob farm. So I don't really know what I was thinking. I just grabbed a couple stacks of bones and went to town. Rice, 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 rice. These furnaces are so fast after you upgrade them. This is only a tier 2 upgrade, I think. Super fast. Yeah, it takes a little bit more RF, but not too much, and they are awesome. Thanks to having access to basically all the alloys that we want now, I can actually automate even the production of upgrades now, so there's no reason to not upgrade all of my equipment. It's awesome. I'll tell you something that we're always short on. It's gravel and sand. And the reason for that is because I have been making so much white concrete for the size of base that we want to make. So I set up special cobblestone generators and hammers and sieves just to make exclusively that and not process it. Starting to slowly move into the aesthetic phase of our base, I added these arches. They look really cool. The other thing is I want to use some wiring. Now, unfortunately, it's not great. I miss Ender IO in a bad way because you have only put conduits on one side. So I'm using most sides of these machines just for moving items around. I need to actually power them somehow. Luckily, we have a solution. We have wireless RF. So as long as I attach wireless RF transmitter nearby, I can put any machines near it and they will be powered without any cables required. Super cool. Jetpacks, baby. We got jetpacks. So I took some time and upgraded to Emerald jetpacks since we have basically all the materials you could ever want at this point. Jetpacks are awesome for building. It's going to make things so much easier. I might actually make a couple. I think Old Gray is going to make enough for just everyone on the team. Hooray. Thinking about how I want the outside of the base to look, I'm actually moving some stuff. So I'm moving Chaos's clay setup and my white concrete setup up to the roof, and I think we're just going to add a second floor. I just had to get it off the ground because I think the ground might turn into something that is kind of cool. I have an idea here. We've been talking to Midway and Old Gray and Chaos and Callus about, well, what if we made this a real nature area? Like within the walls, maybe there is a spillover of oxygen and nature has taken hold. It could be cool. The other team leads and I had a discussion about not looking at each other's bases after this point. This is about the midway point. So this is it. I want to take one last look around and then I will not check out anyone's base until the judging. I packed up a few extra oxygen tanks and took off heading towards the other people's bases. Look, I'm not going to go in or anything like that. I just want to do a little flyover just to make sure that they don't have a giant metropolis or something built. I want to make sure we're sort of on pace. It's like what Shadow did with us. Just take a look around. Now, look, I don't really know whose base is who. I could have looked up in the coordinates, but I didn't feel like that was real sporting of me. So I just kind of flew over here. I don't know. This might be Legs' team. I'm not really sure. I'm not going to take a big look. Just a glimpse. Okay. So they're also dealing with the cobblestone monstrosity. I get that, but it looks like they have a bunch of machines, auto sieves, auto hammers, all that kind of stuff set up too. So we might be roughly on the same pace here. I traveled to another base. I'm not sure whose this is either. Same general idea. Looks like there's a lot of whoa, they got a big farm. Okay. All right, whoever these folks are have a lot of stuff. Look, if you want to know what everyone else did on their videos, ShadowMech 27, Legundo, and SwitchBackMongo, we all put up videos at the same time today. So you can go check it out on their channels and you can find their entire journey there. I'm gonna get out of here before I get caught. I love that Ray Bradbury quote with all of my being. I love it. I really hope that I live to see the day that we go to Mars for real. It would be just the greatest thing. I hope so. I've been very inspired by the James Webb satellite image that just came back a couple days ago. And yeah, it's amazing. We're living in an amazing time. Also a horrible time in a different way of thinking, but an amazing time for the scientific reach and growth. It's been amazing to watch. Things are starting to come along. I added some of these cool wall lights, and it's starting to feel like a futuristic spaceship. I really, really like it. Callus has been working on this sort of entryway elevator, and Chaos has been working on that dome over to the right, and Midway has been working on the dome sort of in the back there. It's like a villager dome sort of area. So yeah, it's coming along. A lot of the detail work on the outside is good, and I like the direction we're headed here. Now it's time to add some more futuristic sort of windows. So I'm using these Galactic Craft sealable windows. And yeah, we are not going to seal in this whole base as sort of lore breaking as it might be. I just think it's just too much and just too big. We may have some rooms that are sealed, but hallways, not so much. Now we're starting to slide into sort of the last week of this build, and one of the things I want to accomplish is add a ton of greenery. I think we talked about it earlier in the video, but yeah, it's time. So I've been making a lot of dirt, but not enough. I need a lot more. I'm going to have to figure out a good plan to get a lot of dirt in a hurry. Unfortunately, though, I had some things come up sort of on the personal life front. If you're curious to what is going on, I have a second Minecraft channel where I talk about sort of just real life, old school Let's Play. I just log on and just sort of play, and we'll talk about it over there. Not enough time to do it here, but the crew has been busy. Old Gray and Midway set up these awesome tubes from Thermal Dynamics that are so cool. They're very Futurama. I really love it. But yeah, big changes. In fact, actually, before I had logged off for the last time for a few days, I had just started this project and now it's done. Putting in all these cool floors, these little metal grates. This is the underbelly of the base. This is where all the piping and conduits and stuff go. And we thought, hey, you know what? The judge might come in here and take a look. I don't know. So let's make sure it looks kind of decent. The elevator has another stop in it, which is really cool. Down here, we have all the storage that I had set up, and a few of the other guys had added some other things on here. We are swimming in storage. Things are looking really good. But our boy Chaos has been busy because I looked to see why we were out of iron, and yeah, this is done. So all of the automatic sieves and automatic hammers and stuff are all set up. Yeah, okay, so the iron's not automatically going in the system. It's going to be saved in these storage drawers. This is an epic sieving room. My mission, though, is to make a bunch of dirt. I really want to nature up inside the walls here, and to do that, I'm going to need some farmers, because I'm basically going to be turning crops into dirt. Should work out really well, I just got to get a move on. But I need to power these farmers, and to do that, I'm going to actually just make another cobblestone generator, another crucible, some more pyrotheum dust, and another magmatic dynamo or two, and we're just going to run power right from underneath there. I don't want to hook these into our main power because it's where I'm going to put it is a little bit further away, and I don't want to run wires like 100 blocks. I'm not really sure how much power I need. I think 2 crucibles should do it. I hope 2 crucibles and 1 upgraded dynamo maybe. It is time, though, to really get started building. This one farm that I set up, it's all got to go. It's got to go like crazy. If you're wondering, by the way, how I'm breaking all these blocks, we do have the Feed the Beast utilities mod for 1.12 that sort of is like a vein miner sort of thing. And yeah, I have accidentally vein mined a lot of things that I didn't really mean to, but it does save some time in the end. Oh, I didn't mention, there's a giant pyramid in the background. That's Ajimway's big project. Ajimway and OGM have been working on that. And yeah, I'll show you that later on, maybe during the tour. I can't believe I just made this now in the last week of this competition, but yeah, the magnet ring, duh. Oh, this is gonna help so much. I made this wireless RF wireless transmitter thing so I can access my inventory anywhere, but it doesn't have very much range. I think there are range extenders, but I don't remember how to do them. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of research here. But now back to my quest for dirt. And yeah, you know, I made this little farming dome, which means you gotta use dirt to get dirt, but I guess that's the nature of it. And finally, I got my 3 little farm domes built. I really like it. It's a very sort of futuristic-y sort of look. There's no need for it to look like that. It's, you know, it's fine. And now I'm going to build another dome, and this is going to be for the actual dirt. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all the seeds and all the stuff I'm getting from over there. I think I used carrots. So all the carrots, and they're going to just be set straight in barrels to make dirt. Trying to continue to use like sort of the white main block and then this hardened darker gray block here. And I want to make a dome. You know, we don't have any real domes, and it's such a sort of trope of Mars or Moon living or something like that. I want to do some of it, and yeah, it's going to be a mod farm under there for sure. Another thing I cannot believe I waited until the last week to make is a drill, an Actually Additions drill. It's super great. You can charge it with RF, and then you can do upgrades like 3x3 or 5x5 or whatever, Silk Touch, Fortune, the usual stuff. But also it can be very, very fast if you upgrade it that way too. I chiseled regular glass to make gray border glass. Again, there's no way that we could possibly make this like sort of an oxygen chamber, so it's just not going to be, it's just too big. So I don't have to use special stuff that is sealable or not. I can just use really anything since I have no intention to seal it. Again, using the builder's wand, this builder's wand, I wish they were in vanilla sometimes, it's pretty great. I think with that, the dome is good. It's very, very boring. I'm gonna do some sort of detailing and help to it. You know, it doesn't have to be super detailed because it is kind of futuristic, but I think the basic structure is okay. Here's a system I never really thought about. Look how compact this is. And I could even add a 4th one if I wanted to. It's super great using those slim fit transfer nodes. Awesome. Just put some liquid pyrotheum down there and we are good to go. This is going to be one that I'm going to be very, very, very happy to have these ender chests too. You know, these worms hydrate the land so I don't even have to have water, and they kind of bone meal everything really fast. Now, if I was really smart, if I really cared about making this fast, I could use greenhouse glass on the top, but since I stacked 3 farms, I could only do that to the top farm. Still, overall, this is a really good thing. Probably need a slab or something there. Yeah, this is going to be great. So I'm going to have 2 of the same ender chests, kind of like how I did the soul sand, and I'll have 1 ender chest sort of over in the farms, and all the items will go into that. Then I'll have the matching ender chest over here, so it'll just take all the carrots out and put them in right into these things, and then it'll siphon out the dirt and put it in some sort of central storage chest or something. Oh yeah, right, yeah, central storage chest right there. Yeah, easy and great. Only a few minutes later, probably thanks to those worms, the dirt is already starting to roll in. I think that this is going to be good. We only have a few days left, but I think we have enough time now. You know, I think with that last bit, I think my tech portion of this map is over, and it's time to get on to beautifying the whole thing. So I brought a whole bunch of white concrete. I chiseled it into some sort of variety, and it's time to get rid of the remainder of all of the cobblestone left in our entire base. It didn't take too long before I'm really starting to get a feel for this sort of simple style, just this white and gray style. Also, Old Gray was able to come in and put a bunch of these sort of floodlights around. They illuminate a huge area, which is very, very helpful to be able to work at night because you can't sleep on the server. I mean, you can if you're the only one on, but if anyone else is on, they probably won't sleep because we're competing. We're not on the same team. So if someone's like, hey, can you sleep? I'm like, no, I guess. I want to win, man. Check out these chiseled fans. It is going to help so much. It just looks so cool. So I'm just kind of finding excuses to stick them in the walls to make this thing look like it's exporting something into the Martian atmosphere. I don't know what exactly. Maybe oxygen. Maybe these things are putting oxygen out to help keep our plants outside. Or I guess that would be carbon dioxide technically. But, we're trying to thicken the atmosphere, right? Look at the difference in this place. Oh, man, it's so cool. And it's just our mob farm, right? It's just our mob farm, but it's not a floating cobblestone thing in the sky. I went and put some sort of pillar up on the top to make it look like a smokestack and just keep adding more of these fans. They look awesome, and I think they add some sort of like quote-unquote functionality, right? Oh, Granny Jim, I've been hard at work at the pyramid. I can't wait to show you what's inside. I think it's really cool, but I'm saving that for the tour at the end, so wait for it. But yeah, it's really cool. So the last major cobblestone-y sort of thing I need to deal with is this, grid power generator thing, and I actually want to expand it a good bit because once I enclose it, I don't want to have to expand it then, so I'm just going to expand it now. I had to come back to get some more materials, but I grabbed some speed upgrades because actually this thing is not keeping up with getting the carrots out of the system. I mean, I'm growing carrots pretty quickly, but they're not actually leaving the chest fast enough, so the speed upgrades should help, and that's why I need more grid power, actually. Yeah, okay, this is not the most efficient way. I'm a little bit annoyed. I think you need one more block. I think each side of the diamond needs to be 5 watermills wide. I just kind of forgot, but at this point now we're established. I'm just going to make more and sort of go up. We'll just go up. With auto-crafting, this truly only took a couple seconds, and yeah, I just did another one. I think I actually might do one more. I just doubled our grid power, but it'd be nice to triple it and then put a cap on that. I know, I said I was done with the tech part, but I think we need more crafters, or I don't know what these are, like the crafting memory thing, because I think that you can do more things faster if you have more of these, so I'm just going to hook up like 3 more of these to sort of quintuple that, and then we should be good. Okay, that's not bad at all. I don't mind that at all. My building wand got a little out of control in the glass, but yeah, that's not bad at all. It's kind of a cool look. I like that you can look in and see the water of the water mill and all that kind of stuff. It's pretty cool. But real life sprung up again between the last clip and now, and I was not able to log on for about 3 days. So I want to look around here and see what else. It looks like there's some more things happening over in the pyramid, and that might be about it. There's a couple other little things. Looks like some more lighting here, but no real nature. I want to get on that right away. Oh my goodness, it looks like Old Gray has been busy. He built an enormous power tower. Yeah, okay, I think that's going to be enough power. It looks like he reworked the whole tiling system and kind of went crazy. Nice. Oh, solar panels on the ground too. Yes. Yeah, OG, yeah. Now, if I'm going to add a bunch of nature to Mars, the problem is how do you end it? Because I don't want to do domes. I want it to be out there as if we have like sort of a high pressure zone built into the planet here. That being said, I got to figure out what to do. So I think the way we're going to address this is by putting a wall, right? We're going to put a big wall, and I want to do an organically shaped wall around the base and pretty big. So everything is enclosed in the wall. With only a couple days left to sort of finish up the detailing here, I gotta finish up this wall, and it is pretty grindy because I do want to add in some detail. I don't want it to just be completely plain. That means I want to bring in some of this white, some of this chiseled gray block, whatever it is. Also some sort of this metallic, almost rusted brown block. I don't know what factory block. I don't know what any of these are. And then to walk on it, I don't want to just walk on like white or wood or anything like that. I want to walk on these steel grates. I don't know, let's just say there might be some moisture in our area, and so this way we can collect it all before it escapes out into the Martian landscape, right? We'll say that. We'll say we have rain in our tiny little base, okay? I brought in a little bit of white, and next I need to add in some supports because I do want to add in lighting next, or the whole distance around the wall here. I want this thing to be lit up at night for sure. I don't want monsters to spawn on top of the wall. Okay, so these supports are going to look really cool. They're going to tie it into the rest of the base, and I just think once I add some lighting, I think it's going to look super, super cool. So look, in modded Minecraft, we have lots and lots of different lighting options. I thought, let's go outside of the normal sort of sci-fi thing and go into something that is not Minecrafty at all and bring in a sphere. Why not? Glowstone orbs along the wall? Oh yeah. If I'm going to bring in the nature thing, I think I should do some paths. Figure these people would be walking out around, and if we're saying that maybe there is atmosphere here, maybe they can even take off their helmets during really warm days here on Mars and sort of walk around the paths and breathe in the flowers and the nature and stuff. So, yeah, okay, we can go with that. I would really like to get a whole bunch of grass seeds, and you get that from sieving dirt, but I sieved a ton of dirt, compressed dirt even, before I realized this is the wrong mesh to get what I want. Yeah, you gotta use string mesh. String mesh gives you seeds, diamond mesh gives you nothing when you sieve dirt, so that was a big waste of dirt that's kind of hard to come by right now. It's the final day of our competition, and I am armed with a whole bunch of grass seeds. I got like 42 of them here, and I'm just gonna start placing them regularly kind of all over the place, and then I'm gonna have to be online for like for a good while, because I want grass to spread everywhere, and then after that I'll come back and I'll do bone mealing and really get some, you know, flowers, tall grass, all that kind of stuff that you get from bone mealing. But yeah, this is crunch time. This is it. This is the last day. Yeah, most of the grass spread. A little bit didn't. I'm just going to go ahead and just bone meal the crap out of this. Now, look, normally I would probably get rid of the flowers and just let grass, but right now, in this situation, I'm just going to spam the hell out of bone meal all over the place, all over Mars, as much as I possibly can. I added some glass to the walkways here while I was AFK, sort of waiting on the grass to spread, and yeah, planted some small trees. I wish I had more time. I wish I had more time to grow a bunch of big trees. I don't want to do vanilla trees. I want to do like custom trees, and it just ran out of time. So we're just gonna have to live with the amount of grass that we have here and go with it. But it's good. It's good. This is a solid base. 1 month, right? Now, that last clip was Saturday, and I thought I would have absolutely no time to record at all on Sunday, but my wife ended up taking the kids to the park, and it was a really hot day, so I got to stay home and do a little bit more work. So I am going to do some damage to the walls. I want this place to look like it has a little bit of age and is not pristine. So yeah, so I'm going to actually make some holes in the walls that are going to sort of, you know, let's say we had some invasion or some mobs sort of broke through. I think it's going to make this place just give it that extra little bit of a storyline and oomph to the whole build. One of the things that I think can help sell this damage is if it allows some dirt to sort of spill out past the walls. Like, I just think it's going to help, I don't know, maybe look like this damage isn't brand new. Like, this damage happened a little while ago, and there's just some random dirt, some coarse dirt, some grass, some rocks, maybe cobblestone, all that kind of stuff that's just falling out where the mobs can sort of bust into our base. This is it. This is what we could get done. My team of Old Gray Man, Chaos, Midway, and Callus. This is what we could accomplish in 1 month on Mars. I'm very proud of it. I think it's going to hold up well in the judging competition, but I have no idea what the other folks did. At this point, it's time to introduce our special guest judge, and it is Looney. Looney agreed to come in and judge all 4 teams and decide which team gets the $500, again, sponsored by our good friends over at BisectHosting. We randomly selected which team would go first, and it was actually mine. Well, you've already seen everything in my base, so let me just show you the pyramid. Yeah, so if you guys go up into the pyramid and you just drop on down, you can see that my team has built us inside the pyramid. There is everybody, Legundo, Shadow, SwitchBackMongo, me, and of course our great judge Looney right in the middle there. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I really love these little statue figures. They are super cool. But that's pretty much all I got. Let's head over to see what y'all did. Next up was SwitchBackMongo's team's base, and they built a pizza. I don't know, that's what they called it. It's a big giant crescent shape. I'm not going to show much of the judging because I want you to go click on my friends' videos and show some support for this project. Look, this is a new thing for me, this sort of one-off, one-month sort of project with all my friends building this thing. So I really want to make sure that all of you, my friends over on my channel, show support to all of them. So if you want to see how Mongo and his team built this, go over to Mongo's channel and check out his video that released at the same time as mine. We all released at the same time, okay? Go check it out. We'll move on to someone else's base now. Moving into Legundo's team, yeah, they built the Death Star. I don't know, I think they called it the Light Star because they built it out of lights. Yeah, I understand now where all the line came from. So, yeah, again, I don't want to show a lot of this. Go over to Legundo's channel and check out what his team did. This is an epic, epic build. It is absolutely huge. They have all the stuff that you would need to survive, all within the Light Star. It is super, super cool. And the fourth and final base to show off is ShadowMech's team's base, and yeah, it's excessive. It's really awesome. Their team did so great. I mean, oh my goodness, are you kidding with this, Shadow? It's a very cool base, and yeah, you'll have to go check out ShadowMech's video if you want to see the entire construction of this base from the beginning to the end. They did this in a month, folks. I mean, come on, man. What? All right, well, let's get into final judging. Go check out my friends' videos and watch their entire creative process there. And let's see what Looney has to say.
Astronauts, spacefarers, you've built marvelous things. But only one can be the winner. And it shall be Team ShadowMech.
You get unlimited oxygen. You get to survive.
Yes. It's mine. It's all mine.
Well, that's it. We didn't win, but darn it, we tried really hard. I want to say very special thank you to my team, Old Gray Man, Jimway, Callus, and Chaos. Thank you, dude, so much, and it's really fun to actually play with you guys again. They're my mods on my Discord and just good friends. So thank you guys so much, and I will see you all on the next one. Bye, everybody.